Yeah, it's like everything is up. Hey guys. Second. Um, Sorry, I'm adding tags because same like Sean, um, Streamlabs is not agreeing with the new tag system. Uh, okay, that should be enough. All right. So probably won't go my full 2 hours today. I'm a little tired unless I catch like a second wind. Um, but I want to get back to what I was doing on the stream last time. Because I haven't had a chance to really work in here since I was with you guys last. And I noticed this on Sean's stream. I accidentally applied this material to everything. And I didn't want to do that. So we will fix those two areas. Okay, that was an easy enough fix. I think I want to move this a little bit more. Also, there was one other thing I meant to do with this last stream, and I forgot to. So we'll fix that in a second, too. Yes, I will put this right here. We'll just make this quick fix. And the thing I'd forgotten to do was there was an NPC that was spawning in here, and I didn't fix his spawn location, so we'll do that real briefly as well. Unless Sean moved it, which is possible, I mentioned it, so he may have already gotten to it. But we'll double check anyways. I like to try to remember to move NPCs as they move their buildings. Oh my gosh, select the edge loop I want. There we go. And what is going on with this edge? Hey Goblin, how's it going? Just put that away. Very well. Same here. Doing pretty well. Just a little tired. Been running around today, so a little tired, but other than that, doing pretty well. Can't complain. Okay, so that. Let's just double check the seams. I kind of want to push this back actually. Do that. And it's just going to be easier to select the vertices. You have a very pained expression on your face, concentrated, maybe a bit grizzled too. I haven't shaved. Well, I shaved. I haven't trimmed my beard in a little bit. And I guess it's been a day or two, so I might look a little more grizzled than I normally do. I don't know. I'm just tired today. Whew. But I think I slept like crap the other night and had to get up early this morning, so my body's just kind of like over it, and it's like, you need to get some extra sleep today. Okay, so got that. Let's yawn. Yeah, there might be a lot of that on this stream tonight, not gonna lie. And I probably won't end up making it my whole stream. Like the 2-hour blocks that I usually do. But I did say that I was going to do the makeup stream tonight, because I wasn't able to do it earlier today. And now that I have the computer back, I want to get back in that habit of getting at least 2 streams in a week. So we'll see how much we get done. I'm hoping to at least kind of figure out this block a little bit today. But trying to get the zone panel to open up. It is taking a second. There we go. And, yep, I hid the character. So I will move him. I do not believe this is actually going to be his final place, but he's in here for now. Hey Zukin, how's it going? So put him there. Save that to the database, and that should be better. We'll check that out later. Okay, so I was working on this towards the end of the last stream. So I'm gonna hold on. Let's just double check I didn't hide any other NPCs with what I did last time. Okay, for the most part, those are good. I don't know. These. See, I don't know if these need... I'm assuming these probably have to be saved into the database, because that go-to now is making him walk through walls, or attempting to walk through walls. I just noticed that. But I don't know, like, it doesn't have... See, this is where I need Nick or Sean to randomly join. Because I know how to move the NPCs around and save their stuff to the database, but I don't know if this go-to point needs to be saved or not. Because it doesn't have the stuff there. I'll leave that and talk to them another time. As opposed to accidentally jacking stuff up. All the secrets of the zone. There are a couple. There's more coming, but some of the secret stuff I can't get to yet because I want to get the city laid out so that I know where all the secret, like all the tunnels and stuff are going to be. So I can start putting the secret stuff in. At least in for this area. There are some secrets in other spots already. Okay, let's turn off the database, guys. And let's run around. I actually haven't had a chance to run around in this yet. I signed off, and then I got busy at work yesterday, and I've been running around today. So I have not actually had a chance to really run around in it since I did those edits. So let's take a look. Oh. Let's pause that. And let me turn that down. That's probably really loud for you guys. Sorry about that. I keep forgetting that the mute audio doesn't work since we did the audio update. Whoa! Oh, that's frightening. Let's go back to Night Harbor and see what happened. What just happened? Well, it looks like I'm going to be reverting. Holy hell. Wow. I have no idea, Goblin. Pro Builder just like turned the zone terrain into Swiss cheese. Oh man, I have not seen it do that before. That is absolutely terrifying. There was an error, failed setting triangles. A reference is out of bounds. Yeah, I don't know. I saved and jumped over. So we're gonna revert those couple changes I just did. Because that's absolutely terrifying. And I am not manually fixing that. Okay, that's better. That looks good. Let's try this again. Select all material. Change the materials to the one I wanted. I literally moved this. I rotated this 90 degrees and moved it like 2 meters. So not much. All I did was like deleted these right here. Should probably just delete those right there. And then move that building. So that I'm not like sad that I had to revert, but I'm also wanting to redo this to see if there's something funky going on, because I have not seen it do that before. And that was definitely not cool. Okay, so we'll just kind of do it sloppy right now. I can clean up the seam later if I don't want to spend the time like getting it perfect and then it doing that again. Okay. See if it's in the same spots. And let's try this one more time. Is there a clear benefit to using the custom mesh over using uh, Unity's built-in terrain? Yeah, it fits the style better. Sean wasn't a fan of the it did it again. What the hell? Huh. Okay. Um Weird. But the Sean doesn't like the kind of smoothing out feeling that the terrain does. Um, and then yeah, it feels same. It kind of feels the same. It's like more modern feeling. Oh, that is gross, is what that is. Okay, so what we're gonna try doing, is getting rid of this one more time. And what is it that's causing this? I wonder, this weird triangle. I didn't miss anything. No, Nick, actually, I do have a question for you. I noticed this a second ago. Let me open up the zone panel. Um, I'm dealing with a pro builder explosion whenever I save the terrain, when I make an edit to it. What I'm gonna attempt doing is just exporting it out and importing it back in and seeing if it's that, or maybe it's just something with my computer. If that's the case, I'll try editing stuff that is not the terrain. And then if I wasn't streaming, I'd hop on my laptop and try editing over there and seeing if it does that, but I'm not going to do that on stream. But Nick, question for you. For pathing, I noticed this go-to here is actually going like through a wall. I know when you're moving like the character spawns, you have to, from position and save. Is there anything special you have to do when you move these go-tos, or is it literally just move and save and it's fine? Because I can easily maneuver these around, to, at least for the time being, make their pathing not go through walls. But I don't want to move it and save it, and then it just jacks it up even worse than it already is. All right, so while I'm waiting for Nick to reply, there might be an issue moving points. Okay, I will leave the point moving to you and Sean then. All right, so let's try this. I just saved that. I literally welded one vertice. We'll go back in, and we'll try this one more time. If not, one of the things I can do is export this out and import it back in, and see if that clears up my problem. I was not expecting technical bug fixing stream, but I guess that's what we're dealing with. Yep. That is so weird. Okay, you know what I'm gonna try doing? I'm gonna obviously revert again. So we're reverting. We'll open up Night Harbor. We're just going to select the material and fix that material and save and try that. And if it does it again with me just doing the material, I'm just literally going to revert and try opening it, saving it, and then jumping in here. I have a feeling I'm just going to have to export the terrain out and bringing it back in, but I don't know why it's doing that. All right. So it didn't shred my stuff, but this issue is still happening. So weird. Okay, so let's fix this. Discard changes. Even though it kind of already discarded them itself. We will apply that material, and I'm going to, oops, do this from Pro Builder. Where is it? Export, OBJ. And you know what? I wonder if it's because there's so many quads on it. Let's triangulate this. Just for the hell of it. So it's fit, so it should be triangulated again. And then I keep going to file to export, and that's not what I want to do. Okay. I find a folder to dump this in. Where is my Unity exports? Unity, there we go. Move the old files out so they're not conflicting with the new one coming in. Okay, we will export that. And then I will go to that same folder. Sorry, I'm doing this all off or in another menu. You guys can't see it. I apologize. Or not another menu, another window. And then go to the clients, file. And what is the old ones? Yes, we'll delete these. Actually, I think that one's not even being used anymore. Yeah, that one can be deleted. This is the one that's being used. And we're gonna replace that. Actually, I'm gonna delete this first. Hold it, cannot prefab instance. Where are you? There we go. Okay, so we got that's gone. That's gone. And then that is in terrain. No harbor. And we will bring in this new one. Give it a second to import. I'll drag it back into the hierarchy. Oh, shoot, it did that. I don't know. What? Hold on. Oh, I see what it's doing. Hold on. I'm gonna revert. And I'm just gonna drop this over it. So harbor terrain. Give me a second. I just need to match these names. For some reason, it didn't export at the same name. Oh, shoot. Hold on. I screwed that up. Sorry, this was not what I was anticipating streaming. What am I doing? Oh, I was renaming the wrong one. I'm an idiot. All right. We will drag these into here. Place those. I'm going to delete that. And then... Oh, you know what? That's what I did wrong. I dragged it into here and it moved it down to that. I did a whole extra step that I didn't need to do. That was my fault. But this one can actually be deleted. I meant to delete that a while ago, and I did not. So let's fix this one. It will need collision again. Oh, it's already got collider. It's going to be materials. Did that time it not? Ah, son of a... Yeah, I'm gonna have to retexture the roads. Oh well. But let's see if this actually works. Go builderize it. Oh, let's double check before I crash my machine. And build. Oops. Let's get this outside of that in the hierarchy. And then do it. Okay. Move, please. There we go. All right. Let's attempt this one more time. Do the same thing I did. And if this doesn't work, I'll probably try moving some other stuff around. But I may end up shortening this stream because I'm going to want to troubleshoot this before I really move on if this keeps happening. And like I said, I'll probably end up having to do that off stream because I'm going to be jumping back and forth between computers trying to figure out what the hell's going on. Alright, so I'll hit those two. I'm not even going to worry about rotating that because that is not what the problem was. Oops. Let's do it this way. Be much less precise with this every time I do it. But it's kind of one of those things like it's at that. It's going to immediately show it to me if it's wrong. Okay, so that should save. Fingers crossed. Well, that's a good sign. Okay, it looks like something was going on with just Pro Builder. I've done more edits on meshes than I did on that, so that doesn't seem like that would be the thing. But let's fly. We'll be able to see. Okay. That seemed to fix it. Impossible? Impossible that Pro Builder might do something horrible? I'm not sure if it's an impossibility or inevitability. I think is more the correct word. Okay, so let's really quickly bring back the roads. And again, the roads will probably look different and be shaped different, but I also just like having the visual of them. It's not gonna be easy to select. This is one of the times I really wish we were using the terrain. Oh, I guess that was like that. Weird. Oh, damn it. Curse you, Pro Builder. I think I've actually fixed this once already on stream, so you guys get to see the joys of game development when stuff goes wrong and you get to redo it a bunch of times. Remember, I don't think I had been coming down this far. I need to fix that anyway, so we'll just leave it for now. Yeah, those were definitely not part of that before. It would never break like that. Nope, not once. It's a good thing that a couple weeks back when Unity like raided my channel, I wasn't talking shit um on Pro Builder at the time. Normally that'd be my luck. Sitting there bitching about something and then all of a sudden the people that are responsible for it like pop in. Oops, sorry guys, but can you fix this for me? That's pretty awesome. Yeah, I was slightly surprised. It's like, oh, Unity Tech? Hold it, I know that name. I know that channel. I follow that channel. Okay. So now let's go through and fix these ones that are now randomly not the sand. Because, again, Pro Builder loves me. Although, I will admit, I'm also probably putting it through things that it wasn't necessarily anticipating it being used like. Okay. Load around here and see if we. Oh, I missed some of these. Oops. There we go. Let's fly around and see if I missed any, which I'm sure I did. Like this. Although honestly, this could probably all be assigned to cobblestone anyways for now. This a little less awkward. And I know this is looking really awkward up here too, so let's fix that a little bit. More edge loops. We'll leave it like that for now, because I'm gonna have to go through here and rework the edge flow to get the roads to line up where we want them. And of course my window is blocking my notifications, and so is that one. At AT&T and defecate. Did I read that correctly? Defecate? I'm sorry, I probably butchered your name. But thank you for the follow. It is a welcoming ritual that I butcher everybody's name. And I butchered that one pretty good. I apologize. Oh boy. It's been a long day. Oh. Attention deficit. So actually, there you go. I actually have attention. I am attention deficit. I have ADD. I also have dyslexia, which is why I totally butchered your name. Sorry about that. Good times. Like I said, it's a welcoming ritual that I completely butcher your name the first time you follow. So welcome to the club. Try it like that. I'll probably play around with these a little bit at some point to decide where's going to be sand and where's going to be cobblestone. But let's fix all of this horrible stretching that's going on by selecting the material. And unautoed it, of course. Spaces. There we go. And I guess I can try to make this path, since I added a cobblestone to it, a little less gross looking. For now. Again, just kind of a rough in terms of where the stuff is going to go. So what is gray boxing? This isn't Unity, is it? This is Unity. Gray boxing is essentially what you do when you're roughing out a level. So I've been doing it on the city. Some of this has been replaced with actual Actually, I probably should have added a Unity tag too. I used to have one. Anyways, some of these have just have materials thrown on here just to kind of make things look a little prettier. But I'll remove them from time to time as well. But it kind of allows us to real quickly get the feel up for our space and our zones. And then eventually, because we're using Pro Builder to do that, which I've been fighting this entire stream so far, they'll need to be exported out just like I exported out the terrain when I was fighting with it. And then they'll be brought back in as just static FBX or OBJs for optimization purposes, because Pro Builder itself is actually not efficient. And I need to do this again because I completely forgot to put that road in before I did that. So I closed my UV window. So there we go. All those into auto, send the world, and group the faces. There we go. But yeah, so it allows us to kind of real quickly rough these buildings and these structures in. And then you can see the grid on there. After I'm done with something and I know I'm pretty solid on it, I'll throw textures on it so that it looks a little bit more finalized. These textures are all kind of placeholder-y to a degree, because we will be adding more and more textures to our library of textures. We only have, so many that fit this right now. So that'll come in a future pass, but yeah. All right. So now that that's saved, and I've spent 47 minutes getting to the point where I wanted to run around in the first couple minutes. Let's run around. Actually, no, I lied. Before I do that, let's rotate this one more time. So that's 90. And then we will put these to line up again. But yeah, you can see how quickly it is. Just you can kind of just move stuff around when you're gray boxing. You can almost think of it as like a sketch. It's like a 3D sketch of a level. And the nice thing about the tool that we're using, which is Pro Builder, is one, it lets us do this all in the engine, so we get super quick feedback. And I'm not exporting it out from like Maya or Blender or any other program constantly to get a preview of it. I just hop in here and it's good to go. Ooh, you know what? Actually, let me bake the nav mesh. Okay. Now we'll hop over and look at the actual game. Thanks for the follow, Causeway Dove. I appreciate it. That was an easy name, so I guess you don't get to join the Paytas name butchering club. Grayboxing is spatial blocking in to make sure everything feels right proportional. Yep. Yeah, you get the proportion, the scale, the layout. That needs to be higher, for instance. Yeah, that works. Actually, is anybody in here? I don't know who's playing the Shadow Knight, but they're gonna get repopped on. Cool. He's in the right spot. This building needs to get moved up higher because I'm probably gonna Oop, there we go. Fall through the ground. Um... Cool. So let's take a look at the proportions and stuff over here. It's feeling decent. This is... I think I mentioned this at the end of my last stream, that I wanted to probably tighten that up. That's good as a side street. So I want some of these streets to be a little bit tighter, and then obviously like these little spots would probably be even tighter, more like alleyways, or, you know, spaces between. This is probably still too big back here. And it's not, there's really no flow to it. There's kind of like an exterior wall, and I need to figure out what's going on inside. These ones I've already played around with, but that has a gap now, so I'll have to fix that. And yeah, and then we'll have to figure out what's going on with those. I still feel like I want something going over here, but I may end up sacrificing the windows to the inn on the at least the lower windows to do that. Have some sort of structure, but I don't want them to be too far out over here. Maybe market stalls or something like that, so that there's just something encroaching over here, but not big enough that it's going to kind of block the temple. Alright, let's go look at this area up over here. I need to fix that. That was me playing around and I forgot to undo it. Well, these areas are alright in terms of how tight they are. I'm probably going to end up having to play around with them when I actually start blocking these structures out. And I see, like, is the interior need more space or not? But the tightness of these are working. I may actually... I was thinking about this after my stream. I may play around with the elevation between this part and this part through here. Maybe like a ramp or an entrance through there, and just widening that building. Something like that. And honestly, I might just get rid of this building and put some more of those Petra-style, whatchamacallits, facades, along that. I need to get my fan. It's getting warm in here. Okay. So, it would be... Instead of having this it's over more. So let's just collapse those on top of themselves. Something like that. Leave this building for now, but this could very easily turn into another, like, tomb front that's been maybe turned into a house or something like that. So I do want to kind of play around with that idea as well. Alright. So this is still really wide. We can make that a little bit wider. And then let's try bank. I want this to have, I want one of these, I don't want these buildings like perfectly aligned. I want them a little bit, maybe like a meter. Same thing over here. Like so. So right now, a lot of these are being just roughed in. So they might be at the same heights. There's a little bit of elevation over here. This area might get a little bit of elevation change. I'm going to play more and more with elevation and height differences over in here. And back here in the bends area, since it's all going up hills, it's going to be streets that are going up and down. It's gonna be more of a rundown fisherman wharf feel, but there's gonna be like squares and stuff like that, and kind of just tiers and stuff. So this is gonna be more elevation. This area will be more elevated. I was kind of roughing this out a long time ago. This is not what it's probably gonna look like, but playing with the ideas of like tiers of buildings, some of them that you would access from like the top of this plateau, some of them that you'd access from ramps and stuff like that. But we'll keep playing around with that. Hey, Durgoth, how's it going? Hidden bank behind illusionary walls. I don't know about hidden bank. Where is the bank? Right here. Zukin. That's the bank. There's a really crappily done temporary bank vault there. But no, the bank just moved from here to there. It's right by the inn, since the inn is... Oh, this bank is right here. But it's right by the inn, since the inn is going to be important. I'm assuming we'll probably have a secondary one somewhere in Sageside, at least. And I don't know if we'll have another one down in the dock area or anything like that. How do I get there? Where's the relation to the newbie gate? Right there. So, newbie yard, Wormsbane, right there. So, I can actually give a tour. So, we have the newbie yard, Wormsbane, which is our lobby dungeon. And you go in. This is the Traveler's Ward gate. This is the main gate. I can't remember what the name of this is off the top of my head. And this is the Garrison Gate. And then you go through the main gate. This is the bathhouse's current location. And then you've got the market. So this whole kind of walled-in area is like our market district. And then over here is just kind of city sprawl. Although I think some of these, I might put like a guild style housing in here, like a nice bigger building to take up some space. The tanneries, which is a crafting area. This is the temple that goes to the day market, and that's the night market. But right now there's literally like nothing in here. It's just a gigantic square. That was just like, hey, there needs to be stuff here at some point. And it's not gonna be that large. And And then the Traveler's Ward with the Hospice. Looks like the Cleric Paladin Guild Hall. Obviously the inn, the bank, and then the Park District with the roughing in of the Hanging Towers. This is really roughed in. This is a slightly built up version. And I believe we're going to put the Shaman and the Druid, or the Druid and the Shaman. They're going to end up being the class trainers and stuff will be in those. And then the Necropolis is over here, which is just really a roughed in space. It's going to be larger than that. And then you got Sage Side, which is this general area, and then the tier 2 stuff also kind of tapers around the bottom of it down here. And then the tier 3 area is up here. But there's going to be some adjustments to this whole facade I mentioned before. And then the docks area is down over here. I don't remember putting that building there. And then, yeah, over here is where, like, the Fisherman Wharf area is going to be, which is going to be, like, a shadier side of town where there'll be, like, encounters and stuff. But there's going to be encounters and stuff below the city, too. So down in here, there'll be, like, sewers and tunnels and stuff. Hold on. You found the bank? What about Keith? Hold on. I think I'm missing some chats. Scale is too small. Night Harbor is super tiny. Yep, very, very small. Didn't take long at all to work on. Super OP Ranger gear. Sean did put in the newbie Ranger quests, which I did the first couple of. I haven't finished the whole line yet. But I was gonna do it last weekend, but I started it last weekend, but I slept on my neck wrong, and all Saturday and like half a Sunday, it was just not fun, like turning my head or sitting up. So I just laid on the couch or on my bed after that. But I haven't had a chance to go back in and finish them. But you will have to find that. I'm not giving away quest NPCs. Any seedy assassin cultist guilds in the city? There are rogues in the game. I do not know where their class guys are. I didn't place them. And I have not gotten to building their stuff yet, so I don't know. And then, unless they were slipped into one of the buildings that I didn't know about. But there are ruffians that live over in the back alleys and stuff. There's some that are over here and some that are over here, and I'm assuming once there's some sewers and some shady areas underneath this district, they'll be there as well. Oh my god, I'm sorry. I'm fighting a sneeze. You lost. Found the bank. What does world container refer to? Are you talking about in the hierarchy? I'm not sure where you're seeing world container. It's a UI panel. Okay. That's probably why you're seeing it. And I'm not. I'm assuming you're in the game and that's where you're seeing it. But I honestly, I don't know. You'd have to ask John. Oh. Hi, John. No, other John I was talking about. But hi, John. Um, how's it going? Going pretty good. Starting to get a little bit more energy. I was really tired earlier. And was battling some pro builder bugs. But now back to kind of roughing stuff out after giving a tour of the city. Any magic carpets? Monkeys named Abu. We do not have monkeys in the game currently. I'm assuming at some point there'll be gorillas or some kind of ape in named Abu. I don't know about that, but I'm assuming we will probably have magic carpets. I don't know if there's any directly in the lore currently. That would be more of a Sean question. Um, let's. This is where it's going to get interesting because I want this to go down. Yep. Keith gifted a sub to John. Appreciate the support, Keith. And I'm sure John appreciates the sub. I need to adjust these so that they're actually like at a decent height. Let's set it at mid. We'll do this. Okay, we'll try that. And then oops. Oh, Keith gifted another sub. Keith's trying to fire up the hype train. Who got that one? Durgoth. Oh, I know it's an Aladdin reference. I used to love that movie when I was a kid. Also used to play the heck out of the not the NES. Well, did they? It might have been on the NES too, but the Sega Genesis game. Used to play the hell out of that game when I was a kid. It's one of the ones I knew all the cheat codes for by heart. Alright, let's take a look at this scale-wise. I almost want... I almost want to move this a little bit more symmetry. Meters on both sides. So this is what happens when you start throwing in random random building shapes. Like I was doing on the last stream. So there's all sorts of different scales that we'll have to mess with now. Let's Let's clean this up. Snap to there. And I'm gonna move this to here for now. I may adjust this ramp some, but now it's a little bit smoother. I'm gonna see how the scale feels. I'm gonna have to play around with how these buildings interact. These are probably not gonna be the shapes that those two are gonna be. I don't like them now that I'm actually looking at them. All right, let's. Hop in. All right, let's. That works. I don't know if I want to play any. Like, this area is small, so I don't know how much I really want to play with extra height in it. I suppose I could move this up and down a little bit, but not a whole lot of room. I almost feel like I want to put this back courtyard. I want to expand out on this building anyways. So let's. Probably should have moved my character out of that spot because it's one of those things that I know I'm going to walk back and I'm going to be inside a building or something. I do kind of like that though. Maybe I just need a different building here and I need to use this building somewhere else. There. And like I said, I kind of want to expand this. It's 1, 2, 3, 4. It might feel a little bit better. Oops. Um, let's see. Uh, can you put building in with gnomes? Can you put the building with the gnomes in the deep underground with no access? Um, that could potentially happen. I do have a deep area, but it's not currently locked. And I do have a little like hobbit gnome scale apartment over here. I do need to tuck some more around the city, but oh, I never did windows on this building. What the interior is. I think I'm just gonna widen this building too. So let's zero this back out. I copied that value. And we will more than likely screw up some of the interior walls and stuff, but we'll fix it. But I probably should pay attention to how far I'm moving it. Let's move it. Each direction. Oops. 1, 2, and 3. So I'm pretty sure I just screwed up this ramp. Oh, not too bad. Shockingly. But so I want to move this. Or maybe I want to move this for now. We'll move this way. Paste that back in. That's looking too wide now. Let's see how the scale feels. It was feeling too small before, but now I feel like it's feeling a little too wide. Hey Nicodemus, how's it going? Alright. Whoa! I moved that building and I didn't fill that hole in. I almost threw myself to a watery abyss. Would have been my death because I could just fly. Yeah, it does feel a little too wide there. But I do have more room in here now to actually like put another wall in potentially. I may also slot, now that I've widened this, I may play around with I do like the courtyard being bigger though. But I think now that I have more room, I think I'm gonna play around with the whatchamacallit here. The ramp. I may even, to be honest, I may even just make the ramp out in the back here. Well, it does have a nice little, like that nice little entrance. You know what? Alright. And I totally am gonna jackrope my characters. I just left him right where I'm gonna move stuff. Oh, just keep doing that over and over and over again. Too wide for ogres. Honestly, the human doors are probably slightly narrow for ogres. All right, let's play with this building a little bit. Let's get rid of this ramp. So I hit the correct button. Whoop. That was not what I wanted to do. Okay. Kind of these extra edge loops though. Oh well. Um, oops. And we'll snap that. And then this one's going to need to be bridged. And same with, we click on the right edge. Oh my gosh. There we go. Let's see. What are you building tonight? So I've been playing around with the street layout the last stream. And then I was fighting some bugs earlier, and right now I am playing around with the building that was over here. I should probably fix this before I forget about it, and then everyone's like, "Hey, there's a giant hole in the new area." But I wanted to kind of expand this building, and honestly, I kind of like these back alleys here. I may play a little bit with elevation, but we'll see. Um, but widening, yeah, wow, I could really speak well today. Widening the building kind of just gave me a new idea for how I want this elevation change to look or work. I guess is probably a better word than look. So I am really quickly. Let's. Oof. Yes, this is the quickest way to do this. All right. So that's. So I'm. This was a ramp upstairs. I'm just giving myself walls, and then we're gonna make a kind of stairwell up here. I think might make it look, or might be a nice little feature. Oh shoot! Shouldn't have deleted the floor there. Okay, so let's bridge these back and that back. There we go. This would be so much easier if I could just delete edge loops. with Pro Builder. I would be a very happy ranger if I could do that. Oops. Let's see. Ooh, that was busy. Okay. Dealer shed tonight. Where do all the attics go? Scuba attic for gnomes. Is this a slum area? No, this is not the slum area. This is kind of a more sprawling area, kind of like the market. It's going to be a lot. The slum area is going to be more this area, which will be one of the last areas that we tackle in Night Harbor. Just because there's no like class support in this area, in terms of like newbie quests or trainers and stuff like that. So, but we wanted more, sprawl area in this, and we wanted to break up some of the grid like feeling that was going on because we had those roads that were running straight down. So, kind of working on breaking all of that up. Yep, the slum's right behind the palace area. I could have some like drainage spouts here on all the royal excrement goes. That was a joke. I'm not doing that. And also that doesn't even match. Nothing what I just said matches the lore either, so there was no spoilers given. Watch Sean's next stream, people are gonna be like, Peta said the royals in Night Harbor poop on people, or poop on the pores. I'm waiting for that tomorrow morning. royal attention deficit. Or not deficit, defecate. See, I read that one wrong too. Oh, I am on a roll tonight. Oh, it's one of those days. Never win. The peace being gnomes. Let's see, nice. I have heard them talk about multiple sources of zones in Night Harbor. I was wondering if this was the more residential area. Yeah, this is kind of one of the more residential, but it's a nicer residential spot. There might be some trainers and stuff in here as well. And then this is going to be another residential, but kind of higher status, but not like tippy top of the class hierarchy. So this is where like, ooh, that has a hole in there. It's gonna be a bit before I get here, but anyways, this is where like your mages and stuff live. And then this will be kind of the darker, edgier part of town, where like the necromancers and shadow knights and rogues might be in there. Now that I'm thinking about it, it's been a little bit since I read up on the rogue stuff that's going on in this city, so because I am not at that part. All right. All right. 4 is probably a little wide for this. Slightly narrower. This might turn into stairs at some point, but for now, do a quick. Whoops. Rough out as a ramp. Might not be working quite like I was hoping. May have to make this more of a. This is gonna be a terrible way of doing it, but something more like that. Oops. All right, that is a little bit better. It's still not great though. May have to rethink that. We'll leave it for now though. I am going to, however, fix this. It's gonna drive me crazy if I don't. There we go. All right, that's better. All right, and we will find these two. Let's give it a more unique name so it's easier to find. A second. There, buddy, and scroll apart. There we go. Now they select together. And I should be able to paste that number in. Yay! I was starting to question if I accidentally copy and pasted without paying attention, because I love doing that type of stuff. When I'm specifically like, oh, I don't want to do this, and then I just get caught up in what I'm doing, and then I do it anyways. So it might be floating in spots a little bit, yep. But I'm not too concerned because a lot of this terrain that's like right under here is gonna get moved around to kind of match the flow of the streets and stuff like that. Let's just delete these edges, they're not needed anymore. Fix that. Junior 1. Thank you for the follow. And I'm sure I just screwed up your name as well, so I apologize. But welcome to the stream. Have I missed anybody else? Someone's right behind the palace. A place where the unworthy are thrown off the top of the building down to the bowels of the city below. You just random event. Somebody, an NPC, just flies down on you while you're running through the bends. I almost want. I almost want this area to go down a little bit. I don't know how it's going to feel with this street. That one I'm going to play around with. Let's see that house, though, real quick. We'll save this. And we'll spawn. And I'm more than likely already just trapped myself in the geo, so that'll be fun. Although I'm probably inside the back face, so I could probably just jump right out, but we shall see. I was going to try to do some art of the known world so far. But I'm not sure excuse me, if I have all the current revealed zones. Is Keith around? He was not too long ago. Probably within the last 20 minutes. Keith, are you still there? He could check my list and make sure I've got all of them. Should he just Discord him? Wait a minute. He might be here. If not, yeah, hit him up in Discord. Oop, I meant to break that. Nope, he's not here. Thanks, Keith, for clarifying. Yeah, I don't know if I like that, to be honest. I'll have to play around with this. I like this more open. This takes up a good portion of what I just opened up that I liked about that. So we'll have to find another spot to tuck the rent, like the stairwell up. Maybe it's just gonna be like a it goes up, landing, and then turns. That way it doesn't it doesn't squish this whole space. It's just taking up one of the corners, something like that. But I'll play around with that more. It's not super important right now. There is no official list, Keith, but there is oh my gosh. I'm totally blanking. Someone who was drawing a map before based off of stuff from Sean's streams, and it was actually pretty accurate to some of the stuff that we have behind the scenes. So there is like a non-official map, and I'm completely blanking who drew it. I apologize. Why my brain is not functioning this morning, or not this morning, this afternoon. See it right there. Evidence A, not functioning. All right, let's clean this up. But there is a unofficial map that is based off of stuff Sean has said that is actually fairly close if you find it. Well, no, Zukin Ham has a map. But somebody posted in I thought in community content. Or not? Hold on. Seven pages to click through. Hold on a second. Right here, best thumbnail ever. Hadis was right. I don't know why that came up in my search. But... And why twerking skeletons just came up in the next page. No idea. Discord searches are awesome. What was it, Cotswold? Hold on. Or maybe not. Maybe I'm crazy. I might just be crazy. I'm not finding it. Might have been Cotswold though. Because there was he was working on one in one of the posts. But there is one somewhere on the Discord, or there was, that was fairly close to the one we have, that Ham's been working on, or Ham had been working on. I don't think he's updated it recently. Need to bring back the twerking skeletons. I'm honestly surprised with all the stuff you have set up in yours. You don't have like an event when they just kind of like, you know, appear on two sides of the screen and they're just, you know, dancing on either side. Like when someone follows you or subscribes or something. Yeah, there definitely is a community, man. I just don't remember who did it off the top of my head. And I feel bad because I usually am pretty good at remembering stuff, but also I lie. My memory has been garbage the last year or two. Sorry, I'm flying around trying to figure out if I want to play around with elevation up here. Funky camera moves are probably not fun to watch. What is going on with this face? Oh, that's supposed to be for that. And this has some Z fighting going on. You know what? I can just delete this. Probably delete that. We'll delete it for now. Because I closed up that alleyway since it was, you know, it was just walking off into the tanneries, so it seemed kind of pointless to have it as an alley. Oh, it did it again! Why does it keep doing that? If it, I swear to God, if it does that, hold on. Select material. Free. Save. Now this is going to annoy me if this one breaks. Granted, I can just bring it. It won't be that bad. I can just bring the terrain back in, and I've got a couple verts I got to move back around, but I'm going to be really annoyed if I pop in and that face is what was causing it this entire time. Oh yeah, it's BDC. BDC Retro did one. I think his was the one that we were all like, oh, that's pretty cool. Oh, awesome. Hold on a second. I just undid my whatchamacallit. You guys can stare at my background as I put my whatchamacallit in. I don't know why I hid that. Whatever. Oh man. I'm on the struggle bus tonight. Alright, what was I doing? Alright, we already looked at that. Alright, it did not break the terrain again. That was what I came in here and I was afraid of. I wonder how this guy's going to handle all of this. Oh, he's just going to walk right over that. I want to see what he's going to do when he gets to the wall. Does he just, like, try to walk right through it? Or is this him, like, respecting that there's a wall there and walking around already? That's not where his path goes. Oh. Yep. He's not walking. Right, he's got a weird path thing I was talking about earlier, that it says he should go through here. But it looks like it makes him go around and then to jump over this. So that's good. The pathing at least kind of makes him... Well, it's still definitely funky. He is. I've confused him with my Geo. So, Sean or Nick... one of the two of them will have to eventually adjust that, because Nick was saying that me just moving it could cause stuff to break. So we'll just let him kind of confusedly walk around for now. BDC Retro. You need to bring... yeah. Skeleton, BDC. Yeah, incarcerate. Incarnate. Reminds me, I might have a sub to that still that I forgot to cancel. So I was playing around with that like a year ago, and I think I got a year, and I think I need to cancel that before it draws out again. So good on you, Keith, reminding me that I needed to check that. I just feel kind of guilty spending too much time on stream stuff. I wish I had more time to add more stream stuff. I keep saying, I'm like, oh, I'm going to increase the production value. And I stretched the hell out of that step. That's a gigantically wide step. But, yeah, I never do. But I need to. Actually, I kind of like... I like the way the streets are starting to flow. Again, I might play around a little bit more with heights and stuff like that on some of these buildings. And this whole back area right here needs a lot of work. It's just kind of like a defined shape of where I want stuff. These buildings are just not probably going to end up working there. And that needs to be grounded. So a lot of these are going to be floating until I go through and fix the terrain around where they are. I feel like it, again, kind of almost like a bigger guild style house. Either there, or it could be here. It could be this area. I'll have to sleep on that. Maybe I'll play around with that at work tomorrow. But yes. This is where the bank is, for now. I'm assuming, again, they'll probably... Night Harbor's large enough. I would not be surprised if we have at least 2 banks. I could see there potentially being an argument for free. one over here, one in Sage side, and one over there. I don't remember everything off the top of my head that's listed for the Necropolis area. There are, I think there's a tavern over there, a tavern and a small inn. But I'll have to look. It's been a while since I've looked, so that lore and stuff could have changed too. Just want to double check this stuff. Almost feels like I should extend it over to them as well. Yeah, I'll have to play around with that. Barracks looking good. I haven't been over in the garrison for a while. There's definitely some more stuff that needs to happen over here. There needs to be windows in there. Inside of these towers right now. Oops. There we go. Don't have anything in them. This one is going to be a school. So it's like the academy that uses the archery range and that. So this whole negative space currently will have probably some larger rooms with maybe some like training type stuff in it. And then this one's going to have a little bath, kind of like our bathhouse over there. So probably, I don't know if it's going to be, it's probably actually going to be a little higher up. So probably be around this area. And then down here is going to have more kind of like big warehouse spaces like this. So this is almost done. And then probably a little bit of like a crane system and stuff built up here, but I haven't started any of that. That's more of like an art pass type thing. Yeah, and just more windows. And then once I have that all done, I'll be throwing materials on them too. Things that are still this color are things that I want to go back and do stuff with, but I just also want to not hyper focus on one single. I'm like glitching through walls. Don't want to like hyperfixate in one tiny area. Otherwise, the rest of the city won't get developed because I'm the one who's going around and doing most of this stuff. So, yeah. Let's see. Tiny guild for gnomes only. Tower that looks like a stack from the outside, or a shack from the outside. I also want to play around with at some point. I don't know if we'll do it here or in another city. Like gnomes or hobbits, or not hobbits. We don't have hobbits. Halflings. Having taken over like a either ogre or human side, like a larger medium or large race's dwellings, and like made it like multiple stories, even though it's like a one-story like house, and basically turned it into a mansion. I think that'd be a cool concept to play around with. Will Goblin be texturing this, or do you add a texture? Excuse me. Or you have to add textures as the environmenters. Goblin, I think, will probably paint a lot of the textures, or at least, excuse me, a lot of the like the larger tiled textures, so that it has more of a unified feeling. And then things I'll probably paint are going to be more like like props and set dressing stuff. That isn't going to be the larger textures that are, you know, being seen across everything. But once we get some of those base textures done, I can really quickly, keeping in the same styles, you know, make edits. So like this was a texture Marie did that I created a normal map for, and then used it as an overlay texture to quickly throw down color based off of Goblin's tent concept that this is based on. And, you know, once those basic textures are there, I can really quickly take them and... sorry, I'm getting, like, some post-nasal drip going on, which is really gross, but my allergies are making it hard to talk. But anyways, yeah, I can quickly make edits and changes to textures once they're there to increase the variety pretty quickly. But that'll be... once the entire city's roughed out, we'll be doing like a full-on art pass where we're going through and building like specific props for, you know, they might be reusable props that we can use throughout other cities and other environments, but then like very specific art assets that are like point of interest. So like these giant blobs that are representing statues, like those will be actually modeled out and textured and they'll look nice. Like the doorway here will look better. This tower, or the arch that's kind of like the entrance to the marketplace, will be like better. It'll be based off that model, but the geo's gonna be cleaned up, and then textures will be put on there specifically for that. There's like a whole square and stuff that's going to be here with like a statue that's very specific to the lore for that section. That'll be made. So there'll be very specific like things that probably won't be used in other spots. You know, there might be like, you know, certain fountains and stuff like that that could be here that could be used in other spots. But that's when those types of things will really start coming online. They'll be more like fleshed out. But again, trying to really just get this Western District nailed down, and I'm liking the feeling of it better since I started changing this stuff up. It's just going to take a little bit more playing around with, and then, you know, right now some of these are just generic building sizes and stuff thrown in there. But I'm gonna have to go through and kind of think them all out individually, like I have over here. So these are more thought out. They've been played around with. Some of them still probably need some adjusting, and some of them need like windows and stuff still. This one needs some fixing. This one I did a whole like revamp on the layout of not too long ago. Probably about 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago, just around the time I started getting the computer issues, is when that happened. And then, yeah, so there'll be a lot of that type of stuff, because I did the same thing, same process over here, where I kind of roughed in stuff generally, like this, and then, you know, pick a spot and go, okay, I am going to start here, and I'll get this building like I want it feeling, and then I'll just kind of progress through an area, because I'm thinking of how does this building interact with the building next to it? How, you know, does the scale feel right? Is it too small? Is it too big? That type of stuff, and I'm playing with the lines of sight, so there's not a whole lot of great views over here, just because the synagogue is kind of concealed by this building. So, you know, it might be like, okay, do I really want there to be a really nice view of it? Or is it like one of those things where, you know, this building right here has a balcony, and you come up on the balcony and you get a nice view, that type of thing. Maybe it's not a good street view. But yeah. Love the minarets. Yeah, thanks. Yeah, those were based off of Goblin's concepts. I need to touch up the model so that they're actually like good to use, and eventually if we wanted to be able to go inside them, I'll have to do a version that we could get inside them as well. But it was kind of just a test to see how they started to feel with the silhouettes, and I think they're working pretty good. There's obviously going to need to be some more of them spread out, maybe some smaller ones, some taller ones, and then yeah, kind of getting that Arabian Nights feel going. Needed me to DoorDash you a drink. I have a drink right here. Just worry about you, bro. No, I'm good. Just was choking on my own spit there for a little bit. Other than that, guys, I think I'm actually probably going to call it for the night. I actually made it the 2 hours. I honestly, when I first started the stream, did not think I was going to last because I was really low energy. So thank you guys for helping me catch a second wind. It's also nice seeing some of these lights and stuff. I know Keith's going to be like, we need more lights, but it is nice to kind of start catching that stuff. And then once I have these streets laid out a little bit more, I'll go through and throw in some temporary lights and stuff like that, but some more temporary lights. And then we'll eventually do a full lighting pass and get everything done in a way that as you're running through, we're not lagging everything out with lights. Let's see. So they're not just light bulb towers. No. We need more. Oh, signs. And signs. Yes, we do need signs. But again, we need to figure out, I need to talk to Sean and Ham and figure out like what building, if especially the shops, like what are the shops' names? I know some of the areas have them defined. I remember they're being named in like the whatchamacallit, the Necropolis, but I don't remember seeing a list of names. And I need to know which places Sean has placed some of them, and decided, okay, this is where this is going to be. So be a little bit of back and forth. I'm sure I'll have to have meetings on that. More cowbell. That joke was actually made recently in our Slack. But I think I'm going to call this stream. Again, thanks guys for hanging out with me. If anybody is not aware of what we're making here, we're making a indie MMO that is based in the classic kind of first generation MMOs. So think your EverQuests, your Ultima Online, Asheron's Call, Dark Age of Camelot, that kind of late 90s, early 2000s era. If you'd like to find out more about our game, the link that I just posted in chat will take you to our website. You can see pictures, you can read our updates on there, learn about the team, all sorts of stuff. If there's anything that you still have questions for afterwards, feel free to hop into our Discord, or if you just want to join the community, you're more than welcome to hop in there as well. All the developers are in the Discord. We're all pretty good with responding to questions and stuff like that, so feel free to tag any of us if you have any further questions about anything specific, or if you have a general question, you know, one of us can be like, oh, ask Zukin, ask Ali, ask Sean, ask Nick, and we can point you in the direction of who has the answer to your questions. Well, with the server's pretty big, I think we're closing in on 1,400. Actually, I haven't checked in the last day or two. Let me check. Where are we? Nope, yeah, we're still closing in. We're at 1365 as of this morning. But anyways, what was I doing? Oh yeah, if you'd like to stay up to date with the game, but do not want to join the Discord, you can get join the mailing list. We will send out updates. Occasionally, we'll send out what are they called? Surveys. And then also, eventually, when we get to community testing, that'll be tied in to that process. So you'll want to be on there if you want to help out with upcoming tests. Beyond that, we have other team members that stream. Those are all of their individual channels. If you aren't already, click on the links, throw them a follow. You can also get notifications in Discord whenever anybody goes live. We all stream our own individual aspects of the game, although there's overlap with several of us. My streams primarily are level design and environment art based. So that's generally what I'll do. But yeah, everybody kind of does their own thing. Zukin, who's there. Oh, Zukin's actually going to stream. Zukin, I can raid you if you want to, and then everybody can just hop on over there. So if you want to get started, give me a minute, and then I can attempt to figure out how to raid, because I don't think I've actually raided anybody before. We'll raid Zukin. He'll be the raid boss for the night. And then while Zukin is starting up his stream, we also have a YouTube channel. We upload all of our VODs there. Our soundtrack, which you hear in the background right now, is on there as well. Or what the songs that are available are on there as well. If you are watching on YouTube, please remember to like and subscribe, comment below, click the bell, all of that stuff. It helps us out with the algorithm so that YouTube pushes our videos out to people that are, following like EverQuest and Ultima Online and classic MMOs and if you watch stuff, YouTube tends to throw more of it at you. So the more engagement we get there, the more that gets out, the more the word gets out about the game, and the more people get to join the community. So we appreciate that. I'll be uploading this video later tonight. But yeah, other than that, thank you to everybody who was currently subscribed at the beginning of the stream. There's been a whole bunch of other subscriptions added during this stream, so I will try to keep this up to date as we go along. So thank you guys. I appreciate the support. Zukin, you ready to be raided? Durgoth is not joining. We're down a ranger. That's one less true shot for the raid. Let me see. Oh, it looks like you're live. I see you. Alright, let's do this. Raid. I hit the button. Is it doing anything? Oh, we're on a countdown. There we go. Raiding.